Hi guys, it's Lorien here. Quite a few of you have asked me how I change up my altar, from day to day, or from Sabbath to Sabbath, or just kind of when I feel like a change. So I thought, what better way to show you my altar than to do it for Beltane, which is midday and today. Now, I just did this about half an hour ago. Been fiddling around with it since, and I'm kind of happy with it. I don't think I need to add anything else. I am pretty much a basic witch, and a lot of you, or a fair few of you, have said, do you have any advice on how to create my own altar and how to incorporate it for your own purposes and your own personal things? Is there any set way of doing it? No, is the short answer. There is no set way of doing an altar. Of course, Wiccan teaching, I'm not a Wiccan, I'm a witch. They are different things. Wiccan teaching does advise you a general setup as to how to do the altar, but I'm more freeform. Sometimes, I tried the Wiccan way. It didn't gel with me, and it's nothing against that. It's just not my kind of format. My format is go with instinct and go with what makes me feel drawn to something. So this is my Beltane. Just as luckily, I start this video, the sun's come out. It is almost sunset. It's about 6:30, so this is hopefully going to be nice and short. But I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an insight as to what it is. I've not lit the candles yet because, well, I didn't want to burn the cards. But I'll just briefly explain what's on the altar, why it's on the altar, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, and basically give advice as to what you may want to do for Beltane or any other celebration, or even if you just want to make one to either your goddess, your god, your guides, the universe, angels, just thank somebody, it depends whatever you want to use an altar for. So, you may notice that there are several cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle cards. I adore Josephine Wall's work. I have ever since I was about 12, and I didn't know that it was Josephine Wall. I just got this little, I think she's actually included in the Nature's Whispers deck, but I got this print and I was completely in love with it. And I didn't know the artist's name, but years later in my research of Oracle decks, I found out who it was. And I'm so pleased that I now own some of her other work. Basically, I'm quite a visual person, and I'm a visual learner. I see things and I absorb it in. I've got a semi-photographic memory, and also visual things, art and things like that really inspires me, and it's all core visualization anyway, and imagination. So that's why I've got so many images. But each card has its purpose for the specific celebration of Beltane. So I chose this card, Potential Gateway, because it's got a love heart in there, and I kind of do want this to be a gateway to love and a gateway to celebration and connecting with other people, connecting with soulmates and things like that. Universal love and universal abundance, and that's why that card is there. This card as well, You Are Worth It. You Are Worth It. Basically, I think it's a message that everybody has, but it's also a message that I'm kind of working on myself. I think everybody has it saying, you are worthy of love, you are worth waiting for, you are worth working for, and you are worth the love that's coming into you. So I think that is basically a message to everything, but also kind of like self-confirmation for me for this big, huge celebration. We also have one of the most possibly Beltane images that I could find in the deck, which is Acceptance of Love, and it's all about nature coming together, the masculine, the feminine, the union between God and goddess, all of that in one beautiful card. And it is basically accepting love into your heart, accepting love for this particular holiday, celebration, and yeah, basically I love the nature of this picture. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And the flowers in her hair, and the way he's holding her, and the fact that he's represented as a tree as well, and her as the vine, and you know, it's great. I absolutely love it. So that's why that card's there. I also have, oops, let love be your beacon, which is pretty much self-explanatory. It's also got the oranges and the fire of Beltane, and I really enjoy that. And it's a very strong feeling of spring around this as well, and woodland, and being in touch with nature, and just letting the femininity come through on this card. It is a very feminine card. I absolutely love this one as well. Also, we've got empowerment here. Now, you may think this isn't anything to do with Beltane. Well, to me it is, because it's all about feminine empowerment. You've got one planet overcoming another up there, and I think it's Mars maybe, because it's red. But I just feel that this is all about feminine empowerment, being in the moment. You've got lightning coming from her mind, you know, and just being in this divine feminine energy. And really, we are all seasons, aren't we? We go through an opera, you know, from we're born, we get our periods, then we have, you know, childbirth if we're lucky, or if we choose that. Then we go through the menopause, and then it's different masks and different emotions and different hormones, and we are very much like seasons. And I think this is quite an empowering card, even because of that, you know. So this is there for my femininity, and basically the fact that I am empowered. I'm, you know, even if you are in a relationship, you're still empowered as your own individual person. Now this is a gorgeous card too. New experiences and possibilities. That's what I want to happen from May onwards. It's kind of like a request to the universe, really. So these are the main focuses of Beltane. You know, these are the main things that I feel it represents and that I want to get the energy from Beltane. But this is what I want to kind of achieve afterwards with the energy this gives. So new experiences and possibilities. I want summer, spring to be fruitful. I want nice weather. I want to be able to ride around on my horse and stuff, but also just to, this woman in the red hair and the green dress, I have kind of seen her in meditations before I even did this deck, got this deck, sorry. So yeah, I have seen her before. She's kind of like my gatekeeper in a way. When I've seen her, when I first started meditating, she was there, so very interesting. Love matters. I would like to focus on love matters and focus on, or get help from the energy of Beltane with regards to love matters. And this actually reminds me a little bit of Galadriel, in the way that she's presented and the way that she has this kind of energy around her. She's seeing into the future, even with a bird, or seeing another area. So I really enjoy that. I really think that's beautiful. And then we have hope and happiness. I want to be in my element. I want to, you know, feel so free and empowered and wonderful and one with the universe, and, you know, really enjoy the celebrations and the energy around the world that Beltane brings. I know in the Southern Hemisphere it's different. I can't remember what the direct opposite is, I'm very sorry. But it's just this kind of feeling of joy and hope and happiness, and yeah, I really want to achieve that. Now then, so as for the rest of it, I've got the incense going, or it's almost gone. That's a rose flavoured, scented incense. I've got the green candle, which I have used before, but it's got like 15 hours. It's a 15-hour candle, so I got to use it. The green candle is basically for the earth and prosperity and everything like that, and kind of the fertility of it, as is the red candle. This is supposed to be the love, passion and everything. I have an extra red candle which has never been used specifically for tomorrow, and I'm not going to light that just yet. So I've got the rose petals as well. You know, I kind of thought, well, you know, it's representational of love, romance, also Freya. I do use them to commune with Freya quite a lot. She's been a goddess that I connect with most, to be honest, and I do feel that I should do more to connect with her. I've not really explored that as often as I should, but just as an honour of that, I do have a labradorite, which I wish you could see it shine. It's so gorgeous. It really is like the Northern Lights have just been captured in a crystal when you get it on a good like shimmer. But you know, that kind of feeling. Northern Lights are mostly over Norway and Scandinavia, so Freyr is a Norse god, so that's why that's there. We also have the sun, very powerful masculine energy. I thought I needed something kind of masculine on here, so that's why that's there. Moonstone to represent my femininity, and I love moonstone. I get a really good feeling of moonstone actually. And I have 3 pieces of rose quartz, which are from various stages and various people. So I have this piece of rose quartz, which my friend, well, I say friend, I call her my soul sister. She is in New Zealand, and I met her when I went over and had this very powerful awakening experience, and she was there with me, alongside me, helping me. And we're kind of in the same year anyway, so we're kind of sisters in that way. So this was, she gave this to me. She said, my time with this crystal has ended. I feel this needs to be passed to you. So I want my friendship. And the rose quartz crystal is an incredible heart crystal, heart chakra crystal, romance crystal, healing, emotional issues. It's gorgeous. Very much for self-love and everything. You can't really see the pink in this light. I'm really disappointed in that. My camera really can't connect with this pink. It's such a lovely pink. Maybe it's because the sun's too bright, I don't know. But it is really, really pink. But yeah, this is basically because I would love friendships to grow as well. Beltane, I think, yeah, is very symbolic of like love partners, but also I feel that love can extend and should extend to friendships and soulmate energy, which are not romantic in nature. And I do have, she is one of my soul tribes, so I thought that would represent her. This piece, this very big piece, is also very pink that the camera is not picking up. But yes, this is from a place where I used to, or I actually still go. I even went there today, Trentham, and it's absolutely beautiful there. And it's also where I was writing my book and where it happens and a lot of things. So this is basically loving what I do and loving my craft and loving my writing. And this was actually given to me, this other piece of rose quartz was given to me by a Native American man at his stall last year for free. I was looking at all the crystals, and he says he was giving out, choosing crystals for people, reading them, I think, just with his eyes, and holding out things for people. My mum got given lapis lazuli for her third eye and her, no, yeah, and her crown and things, possibly her throat chakra too. And he gave me this. Actually, he gave me a piece of lapis lazuli, and then he went, no, hang on, well, no, wait, like, nope, he took it back. And then he gave me this. And I was like, oh, okay. And he just said, you need this. And it has been in my pocket for several months now. I think it was April last year that he did it. And I was quite shocked by it. But I think that's basically for me to say, you know, you need your heart chakra opened up a little bit more, something like that. So that's why that's there. Fluorite, because I would like some healing. And also I think it is kind of a lovely, you know, male-female unity colour. I actually just love that crystal. That's also from Trentham. I have this quartz, this beautiful, beautiful quartz. It's got a lot of rainbows in it, but again, I don't know whether you can see. This is basically to amplify the energy that I have on my altar. And obviously we've got the pentagram candle because, well, I found it in I found it in TK Maxx. I immediately ran over to it and grabbed it. And this was a little bit wonky at the time, but it still is. But yeah, I loved it. And I think it just basically represents that this is a pagan, witchy holiday for me. And this is basically it. Also, this cloth Here's my Lord of the Rings curtain, or one of my Lord of the Rings curtains, because I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth, and he took it, Tolkien took that a lot from Nordic mythology and Icelandic mythology and things like that. So again, with the connection to Freya, but also look at the colour of it. It's called green and it's like, you know, nurturing, springy. I just love it. And it's nice to put things on because it's quite steady and it grips very well because it's curtain. So yeah, I like that. Now then, advice as to what you could maybe put on your altar. I'll just give you a little bit of a thing. Will you shush? My silly computer making noises. Okay, so this is something that I sometimes use. I mean, I didn't really think it was suitable, but it's just for this one anyway. I didn't really get called to use it, but this is basically a garden ornament, quite a steady. I don't know what it is. What is it? Clay garden ornament, and it's got the sun on it. And I got it from a bargain store for like £2. Actually, it came as a set. It came as a set with, just get it, with this one, which I fell in love with. I absolutely adore this. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, I had to have it. I have to have it. So I got it as a pair. So you could have something like this if you're doing kind of a Esbat or a Sabbath, or you know, interchange it if you're doing a full moon ritual, or just kind of want to honour the moon energies. I also recommend moonstone for that if that is something that you're into. Yeah, it's a very good sturdy thing. You can put a candle in there. You know, I haven't really done that before, but yeah, you can have that. What else? Oh, and basically you can choose not to have cards. You can have cards. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you decide. I was going to have mead. You know, the good old mead. This has gone down so much. But obviously I bought this 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. It was the same time that I got given that. And there's witchy mead over there, and there's something else. But this is basically Merlin's infusion. And I was going to have mead with Beltane tomorrow. I may still have it, but I'm not technically allowed it because of the medication that I still have to be on for the next 2-3 weeks. I may just do it for ceremonial purposes and just pour it in, but you know, you can have mead on there, especially if it's a big celebration. You can also, if you wanted to do a spell or anything like that, this is me basically being the biggest budget witch ever. An old Nescafe coffee jar, and it's got salt and it's purified, and I had the clear crystal quartz in here, and it was left under a full moon. So this is full moon water, so you can have something in offering with the full moon water. You can have anything you want, basically. I mean, these are my rose petals that I've got on hand. I've got those. I've got you know, goldenrod here. I just have so many different little things I can put on, but you don't have to overcrowd it. It doesn't have to look as busy as this. But everything I put on means something to me, either about the holiday that I'm celebrating. I say holiday because it's just easier. That I'm celebrating, or it has meaning to me, and that's why it's there. Or it represents something that I want to represent in my meditation, because that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to tune into the Beltane energies. I'm going to get a lot of insight, hopefully, to what I've presented here, and just kind of enjoy May Day. Mayday, Mayday, enjoy Mayday. But yeah, I just get that good feeling, and hopefully it's a nice day tomorrow. It's been absolutely throwing it down with hail, snow and everything until about 10 minutes ago, maybe longer than that, when I first started the reading the video. It's been a long day. I'm really apologetic about, you know, this, but even if it's thunder snow tomorrow, Oh, that's another thing. It was hailing buckets the other day, and it was flashes of lightning, it was thunder. So what did a recovering Lorien do when she was supposed to be resting? Lorien ran outside into the garden barefoot to gather up all the hail into a little bowl, because the hail is water that's charged by the lightning and the thunder upstairs and everything like that. And Lorien put all that hail in the freezer. So I've got a lot of charged energy in my freezer in the form of hail. So yeah, you can also use things like that if you want to for specific needs. Although that's quite a stormy energy and it's quite an intense lightning energy, I don't think I need it for Beltane. But it will come out at one point. Not to threaten anybody, it's not that, it's just, but it will need it. I will need it at some point. So that's me. I didn't like the candles because I didn't want to burn the cards. I will possibly have to rearrange things tomorrow, or even tonight. But yeah, I just thought I'd do that video because I've never done a video like this representing my craft or my practice before. I've had a few requests for it, so if it helps, I really hope so. It gives you an insight into how I work, and it also gives you an insight into what you could do if you wanted to honour things. And like I say, you don't have to do it specifically for pagan holidays. You don't have to do it specifically to angels or anything like that, but it does help you focus, and it does help you represent. It's kind of like energy. You put energy into everything you choose. Everything you choose has an energy as well. So it's all push me, pull you, give and take, give and receive, you know. So yeah, I just hope this really helped those of you who needed it. And yeah, feel free to share any pictures of your altars if you have them. I'd really love to see them. And especially those for Beltane and different takes on, you know, what you use altars for, because I'm always looking for different options and things. But yeah, I hope this was informative. I hope I did what people requested me to do. And yeah, have a very happy May Day, a very happy Beltane. Enjoy this bank holiday weekend for those of you in the UK, and for those of you elsewhere, just bask in the energy of the universe. Take care, everybody.